Well, good to see you. I mean, I must admit, when you picked up an injury a few weeks back, there was a suggestion that it might be your season done and you were going off to have scans, but you're obviously back now. So how are you? How's it going?
Yeah, obviously delighted to get back. If I'm being honest, kind of feared the worst when I got injured. I didn't, I'd never had that type of muscle injury before, and the sort of feeling of what happened and the way I left the ground that night, for a couple of days later, I was walking around on one leg, and it was, I feared the worst, to be honest with you, and just everything changed then on the Monday when I came back in. I started to feel a bit better. I had a scan, got some good news, give me a lift. So I just sort of got, you know, sort of positive mindset from there and tried to kick on. So delighted to be back and sort of getting back involved and try and help the team.
You kept busy, didn't you, while you were injured? I kept seeing you at away games, long away games as well. Apparently, you're having a bit of treatment in the morning and then going off on a long trip to the away games, even though you weren't involved. But why were you so keen to do that?
Well, listen, obviously, I want to help my teammates as much as possible, and everybody that's at the club, you want to play a part and help them, and obviously captain of the club, you kind of, you want to try and set the right tone and standard for everybody else, and make that sort of sacrifice and support the lads. Very fortunate that I was able to go to the games. With the way it's been for supporters this year, not being able to go, so it was great for me to go and look at the other side of stuff as well. The manager and Mo, and that kept me involved and kind of talking to me about what they were thinking and doing, and that, at some points, which was great for me as a learning experience as well. So it was tough being out, but obviously gained some great experience from it as well.
Did it give you a different perspective on the team as well? You've played obviously so much this season, just to be able to sit in the stands and watch. Did it give you a different idea as to what knots need to change?
No, not really. I think, like, with the new manager and that coming in, and it's things are always a bit different. Always have got their own ideas and things like that. So I was obviously seeing it. I was going down watching training as much as I could as well, and just seeing what they were changing, what they were looking for, and then going out and watching the games. You were kind of seeing that on the pitch and things, and yeah, as I say, I knew there was a good chance I was going to be coming back, so just really, keeping involved and seeing what the manager and that were looking for, and see if I can, when I get back, am I able to implement them things as well. So it's just a bit of everything, that way.
Yeah. What conclusions do you come to at the moment? Because there are things that are clearly going pretty well, and you see the fact they can go away to Torquay and get a couple of goals up, and there are chances being created, but the results are just not happening at the moment. 1 point from 15. So have you got conclusions as to what needs to change, and change quickly, if we're honest, before the end of the season?
To be honest with you, it's a tough one, and I think this is hard sitting here this morning, if I'm being totally honest with you, because I think people are sick of probably people, as players talking. I think we got to back it up now on the pitch. It's as simple as that. It's my duty to come out here and speak to the press, as I say. It's which I'm happy to do. But I think there comes to a point when there's been enough talking as players and that, and we got to back it up now on the pitch. And I think. I know what supporters want. They want us to win, and clearly we're not doing that at the minute, and it's tough. But I don't want to be sitting here and kind of, patronise people. I can imagine they get their irate at the minute. They want to see that club. We're in the National League. They want to see us get back into the Football League. And I think as players now, it's time to put up. We got to start backing up now with some performances. And as I say, we're at the crucial time of the season. Ideally we want to play well and win, but I think at this moment in time we just want to get results and get back up that table and have a strong finish to the season, But I think as players now, it's time to step up, really.
It's interesting. A moment ago, you said you went there and you were seeing what sort of things the manager and Mo were looking at. How much is that in your mindset, career wise, then, to be looking at what managers are doing, maybe long term? Is that to go into yourself?
Listen, for a long time, I've always, with the people I've worked with, been very fortunate. The last probably 8 years of my career where I've worked with managers, and they've kept me close to them. I've been the captain, and I was obviously an experienced pro 8 years ago, and but they've always kept me very close and always kept me what they were thinking, and ask you for an opinion on things and that. So I've been very fortunate, and as I say, it's been no different under the new manager and things like that. So it's I've got a lot of I've gained like massive trust and again a lot of information off people I've worked. I've been very fortunate, and you just got to take it on board, and yeah, as I say.
You could still carry on playing though, couldn't you? I mean, the amount of football you've played this year, there's nothing to say you couldn't play more. Is that on your mind now, thinking whether to have another year playing or to go into coaching?
I'll be honest with you, I think the last thing people want to hear is me talking about next year, and that's been totally honest, as I say, no matter what I'm thinking, as I say, I kind of feel I'm sitting here today reluctantly, I don't come here in a sense, I'd rather be sitting here, we're after winning a lot of games and it's great and that, and it's I don't want to patronise people today, I think it's actions now for the likes of myself that's going to do your talking, and it's on the pitch, as I say, as player, I keep going back to it, but I think as players we got to step up now. There's a reason why we come to this club. The last couple of years the focus has been to get this club back to the Football League, and nothing's changed. We're in a bad run of form, but I think it's time now to put up as players, and I believe in the players we've got, but we got to back it up now. We got to back it up. We've got 8 games left in the league, and it's as I say, we're very fortunate. As bad as bit of run of form that we're on points wise, it's in our hands, and that's all you can ask for. You're not relying on anybody else at the minute. It's in our hands, so it's up to us to go and try and get a result on Saturday and build from there.
It is interesting that, and you're dead right. It is still within grasp, and that's been the funny thing, that Notts have sometimes looked like there's maybe a lacking in confidence in parts, and yet you look at the league table and think, well, why would that be? It's there, it's within grasp, and if you get the results, then it's there for the taking, and you've been in the playoffs for so much of the season until the last couple of weeks. So how easy can it be to look at it and go, look, take a more sort of positive approach into that?
Well, this is it. As I say, we're one result from that, really. I mean, as I say, I think Saturday at Torquay, I thought we played brilliant for long periods of the game, and just at the minute, that little bit, the game should have been out of sight, really. I think we were that dominant in the game, and we come away with a draw, and it's just little things at the minute that we just got to tighten up on. And as I say, even long periods against Eastleigh the other night, we were the dominant team, but it's what happens in boxes that's making the difference. And at the minute, we're conceding the odd goal, and that's we're not putting away our chances at the other end. I'm not sitting here, that's not the striker's fault, that's us as a team. We're not scoring probably enough at the minute. Set pieces, we're not midfielders, we're not chipping enough. We can't just look at 1 or 2 players and think, oh, they're not doing it and it's all their fault. It's as a team, we're not doing enough. We're just a little bit short, but I think everybody knows and can see that there's enough in that squad to start getting out the wins and getting up the table. And as I say, it's really on us now as players to try and step up.
And can you see in the work that's going on in the training ground in the week? This is the stuff that supporters don't see, of course. I mean, well, they're not at games to see those at the moment, but they're watching on a stream. But can you see the work that's going on the training ground? It is going to work for Notts County, for the team. You're seeing that improvement.
It has to, as I say, that we set out to do something. It's still in our hands. We've got 8 games left to go to where we want to be. As I say, I can sit here and talk all I want about it, but it's going to be actions that is going to be the determining factor, and them actions are the players. What we come up with. And as I say, it's tough. It's tough at the minute, but you can't feel sorry for yourself. You just gotta, you gotta come out fighting. It's as simple as that. You gotta come out and back yourself. You're at this club for a reason, because people think you're good enough to play for a big club like this in this division. So you're here for a reason, and you got to come out fighting now. And I mean, not fighting, but come out and show your qualities as a player and bring them. At clubs like this, you can't feel sorry for yourself, and you get arms around the shoulders, this and that. You're playing for a big club in this division. There's an expectation with it. You got to just stick your chest out and let your performances do the talking, and probably at the minute we're just a little bit short. I think anybody that's watched the games can see the potential there of what's happening, and we're so close, but we need now to go and get a result and get over the line. Simple as that,
Good stuff. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Good morning, Michael. How are you? Oh, sorry, just caught you. Caught you having a sip.
No,
How you doing?
okay,
You well?
Jake. How's it going, mate? You okay?
Yeah, very well.
Good.
Thank you very well. Yeah, just to quickly go back to when, just to follow up on what you talked about with David at the beginning when you were out injured. You said you were kind of like with the head coach and Mo, kind of like offering input and absorbing some information from them. I'm interested to know what input you did give to them and what you learned from them.
No, I wasn't. To be honest with you, I don't know. You must have heard that wrong because I wasn't giving input. You know, as I say, I was just got an
Or like any
opportunity
advice.
to be around them, and you know, I was obviously seeing what style they're trying to implement and things like that. And you know, as I say, if you know, always just you know, if I was lucky enough to be involved in conversations and that, it was just grasping them and getting the most out of them, and that was really it. You know, but really my role was just being around the lads and supporting the lads, and as I say, very fortunate enough to get up and watch the games because you know, supporters and that can't do that at the minute. It's not an easy thing to get in, so. As I say, it was tough watching though, you know, because I was desperate to get back out on the pitch and help and you know, get back involved with the lads, and yeah, so that was it really.
Sure, my apologies for mishearing it
No,
at the
no, don't be
start.
silly.
Yeah, how has it been? I'm guessing the players have responded quite well to still having you around, despite you not being able to take to the pitch.
Listen, I think everybody's just, you know, as players, you're just really focused on yourself, and I mean that in the best possible way. Especially the players we have, a lot of younger players that they, you know, focus on getting into the team, trying to impress the manager, things like that. You know, probably myself going up and being around, as I say, I was just supporting them, but you know, just being around, whether they noticed that or not was another thing. You know, so that's up to them.
Great stuff, and yeah, as you mentioned, of course, there was that real upturn in performance we could really see in the Torquay game, kind of like the methods that Ian and Mo want to implement within this team. I'm just wondering what you've made of the training session from your point of view as well.
Yeah, listen, it's been enjoyable. You know, there's no, you know, I've enjoyed it, and look, we're not probably getting, you know, with the games that are coming. It's a lot of things is rest and recovery at the minute. It's rest recovery onto the next game. So, listen, it's not being as much as probably they would have liked, but it's, as I say, this league is waiting for nobody. It's the games are just eating you alive. It's Saturday, Tuesday, non-stop all the way till the end. So it's relentless at the minute. But yeah, as I say, the glimpses of training has been enjoyable. Really liked it, and as I say, long may it continue.
Sure. Yeah. What kind of things have you been kind of like working on in training for you? Not of course like specifics, but yeah. Can you give an insight into like what's been going on?
Just really like a lot of phases of play and things like that. The way they're looking for, you know, in the systems, what they're looking for, and movements and things like that. More so stuff like that, and that's the type of stuff really. Just trying to get their messages across of what they're looking for. So as I say, it's yeah.
And from what you said as well, you kind of like it's at the stage now where you're saying, you know, players need to take ownership on themselves. And I think I heard after the Eastleigh game, the head coach wants to see a little bit more desire potentially in both boxes from you guys.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a perfect way to sum it up? Or?
Oh, definitely 100%. I mean, you can't disagree with that. I mean, it's probably been of late an Achilles heel for us as, you know, set pieces against, and I think in the, you know, we're looking a bit of a threat set pieces for, so we certainly got to sharpen up, you know, because you know in the last, you know, since I've been back there, they're the things that have cost us, you know what I mean. So it's 100%. Yeah, we need to get so much better at that, and yeah, hopefully Saturday's the start of that.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say, is there still confidence among this team that, you know, you can still achieve promotion through the playoffs this season?
Well, listen, as I say, it doesn't matter. It's in our hands, and it's as simple as that. You know, it's we're not relying on anybody else at the minute. You know, and we got to keep it like that. That, you know, we're outside the playoffs now, but you know, them, we've got 2 games in hand. It's in our hands, and we got to take advantage of that. And as I say, if you want, I don't know whether people want to make confidence this or that. I'm obviously an older player. I'm just looking at the opportunity. That's what I'm looking at. You know, I'm not thinking, oh, can we need to get going. You know, as I say, and it starts Saturday, and I think we've done enough talking, and it's tough sitting here and answering questions. I think it's actions now that are the answers, really. You know.
Sure, and yeah, moving on to the game on Saturday. What kind of game are you expecting against Altrincham?
Well, we obviously played them early in the season. It was a difficult first 15 minutes to give us a tough game, and we kind of got to grips with them. And listen, they like to try early on in the season. They played quite an expansive open game, so I don't know, we're obviously, that was at here, so expecting kind of similar. It'll be, they'll probably come at us. I think they're attacking, try to play football side. I don't know if they've changed much. We'll find out today. But yeah, as I say, hopefully they are, and it'll make for an open, attacking game.
For sure, and just finding and interested to know, like you said, it's relentless between now and the end of the season. It's Saturday, Tuesday, right till the end of May. With that in mind, can it be, like we've said, it's at 1.15, I think it's been picked up, but can it be difficult when you've got so many games coming quickly? It's harder to get out of that, but on the other hand, when you do get out of that and you do win, it's easier to maintain that form going forward.
Listen, 100%, you're so right. It's if you can get on a bit of a run of form now and you play like 6 games in a couple of weeks, and everything can change so quick, and there's such an uplift, but I think for me as an older player, it's important now just to get one result, try and get one result, and you can't look too far ahead. You can't start looking, if we beat these tomorrow and then we got something. I think you start losing focus, you start chasing games. So the most important thing for me is the next game. That's all that matters now. It's the next game, and I think at the minute every game's like a cup final for us with the situation that we're in. So as I say, but ideally that's how quick things can turn. If you can manage to pick up a result and then you get another 6 points in a few days, and then it has a knock-on effect, So ideally that's what we're looking for at this moment in time, yeah.